Money. Video games have been hounding us for our time and money ever since John Greed invented the microtransaction back in the early 2000s with MapleStory's cash shops, or Bethesda's extra-priced horse armor. You're never going to be satisfied with a game until you shield just enough money for what you want, or way too much time. Hi, I'm Ipsum, this is Tower Unite, and these are my thoughts. Flashback to 2012, when Clash of Clans was all the craze back then. You have this tiny little builder that's supposed to finish your rinky-dink town hall in like 3 days. But with some gems and maybe for the low price of your parents' credit card, you can get it done instantly. Lore-wise, that just implies the builder is lazy as fuck, but is secretly a building god. But no, he's just scamming you. What matters here, though, is that through this transaction, in exchange for gems, which you can buy with money, you save time actually having to save up on them. And you can apply this rule to any live service mobile game. Gotcha, gotcha. Puzzle, solution. Upgrades, on sale. Dead, alive. Time, money. Even Pokemon Sleep has a way where you can pay to get ahead. This is the mobile game I care about the most right now, and it even claims that it's supposed to be a game about sleeping. Yet, you can pay for better odds for a Pokemon that you can only possibly get. So if you're ever dissatisfied with the slow crawl of progression in a game, especially a mobile one, odds are you can just pay the game off to work towards your favor. And I get it. There's always the point of, there's a way to gain and use premium currency without having to pay a single cent. That's usually the standard. But usually that's at the cost of your time. In that case, you don't pay for the premium currency with money. You pay and work for it like you're working at a diner to pay off a lunch tab that you couldn't afford. Think back to how hard you've been playing a game just to get that premium resource that you wanted. Instead of spending $10 on a bundle, you'd rather spend 2 hours every day for a week or even a month just to grind for that sweet virtual premium moolah. And I've been there. Odds are you've been there too. It probably took a lot of grinding, a lot of commitment to get what hopefully amounted to being able to buy like a free skin or an emote, or worse for all you gamblers, just a mere chance of getting what you want. Meanwhile, those with jobs or lots of disposable income could catch up in premium currency real easy with just a few effortless taps with no in-game grind whatsoever. In exchange for their money, they don't need to spend time grinding. It's the difference between a free-to-play player and a dolphin. And then here come the whales. So what's the conclusion here? You get a job? It's not worth it to spend time grinding? You're not having fun until you spend money on a live service game? No, because even if you do spend money, you're still kind of fucked. And it's all thanks to the sunk cost fallacy, which, if you don't already know, is when someone doesn't want to abandon something because of the investment they already have in it. Even if getting rid of it would be better overall for, their mental and social health, their physical well-being. For some people, the investment is the years upon years of playing and time spent slowly building up their in-game profile. For others, the investment is the hundreds of dollars spent on additional DLC and premium currency. For live service games especially, it could be easier to drop them due to their nature, even if you spent thousands of hours on them. But what about all that money you spent? Will it all go to waste? Was having the joy of purchasing and spending premium currency always meant to be a fleeting pleasure, a one-time thing? Is it something you're supposed to benefit from for years to come? This is why I think that giving in to spend money on premium currency is just as much a trap and hassle as grinding day in and day out. I used to play a shitty little game called Dead by Daylight religiously, and it took me a while to completely win off of this game, especially with how much money you can spend on it. It's like feeding a bottomless pit. And like many other games, it has a battle pass. For around $10, you can unlock the premium track and all its goodies, but only if you're able to achieve every single tier. And it's some good value, and it's a very nice reward for playing the game in the first place. And you could probably max out the battle pass passively by playing a lot in your spare time and buying the premium tier, getting a lot of cosmetics. It's not bad per se, but here's the real kicker. Here's the real cherry on top. You get all of that premium currency back from what you spent on the battle pass, enough to buy another battle pass when the new one comes out. And I've seen a similar system like this with Fortnite. I wouldn't be surprised if almost every battle pass in existence has something like this. And for those that don't have this system where you get your money back, yikes. But basically, if you do get your currency back, you're caught in this loop. You're basically a part of their little FOMO trap. Now, let me explain. Humor my yap. But in my opinion, they know what they're doing by giving you back your currency. Now it's not about siphoning money from you anymore, which it still is, but really it's also about siphoning as much time as they can from you as well. Because you maxed out this current season's battle pass, right? Let's say you did that. You bought the premium track, you got all the currency back, you're ready for the next pass, especially if it has something that you want in it. But what if that something you want is just in the middle of that premium battle pass? You'll be spending that premium currency again just to stop in the middle of the pass? When you can get everything back by at least finishing it, why would you stop in the middle? What if it's like the end of the season, there's like 10 days left and you're on tier 85 out of 100? Are you really going to stop now and not grind out those last 15 tiers? Can you really avoid feeling like you're not losing out on those $10, the value that you get? Because that's where I feel like the FOMO hits. Especially if this live service game is something you do on the regular, where that uncompleted battle pass is just a little nudge in your brain to keep on playing a bit longer until you do. They want you to keep playing as much as possible, like little freaking time goblins. You will feel like you will need to keep on feeding them. And let's say you buy a cosmetic you really want, with that battle pass currency you get back, now you need to buy more just to get the battle pass again. Now you have the time goblins and the regular goblins, and both want to slowly take away everything you have. So yeah, it's no secret that games, especially live service games, thrive off of FOMO. But the first thing I want to say is that you can do whatever you want with your time and money. This is your life, and at the end of the day, these are just my thoughts, and this is just how I unite. But in order to beat this FOMO, I think the best strategy against this in the first place is to really just not play their game in the first place. I mean this metaphorically though, but also literally. Because metaphorically speaking, a lot of these free-to-play games don't require you to buy stuff in order to actually play. You don't have to buy the battle pass or subject yourself to feeling like you have to get it maxed out passively, or that you have to complete it if you're just halfway through. Because one of the ways I finally quit DBD, Dead by Daylight, was that like after 4 passes or more, I forgot, I finally decided to not give a shit about completing the pass one day, and I haven't looked back ever since on this whole FOMO loop thing. But also literally speaking, on the other side of things, but if the hustle and grind of these free-to-play games, or just any live service game, if it starts to feel like a second job, it's taking up way too much time, it's too much space in your life, maybe it's time to reassess whether or not you're actually still having fun with this game. Because if you're not paying with time, you're paying with money. And if you're not paying with money, you're paying with time. In my opinion, out of both of these, time is wealth, and having enough time to do things actually meaningful to you is one of the most important things people can own. Also, if for some reason you can't finish the battle pass, or you don't want to progress in the battle pass, sometimes you can just buy out individual tiers in the pass. In this case, money is literally exchanged for time spent in the game, which is crazy. It's a 1-for-1 exchange. Anyway, there are a ton of games, mostly single player, that actually do respect your time. Things that you can do at your own pace. Play games that you can have more fun with, because time might be money, but having time is true wealth. Play any game that you want, but I think we should all remember to have some self-respect every now and then. So yeah, play the games you want, but have some self-respect. That's the fucking moral, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that's today. That's this month's Tower Talk. Woo! I'm never getting this money back. I'm never getting this money back.